Hi everyone, and welcome to my video on how I'm using AI tools. I encountered technical roadblock here in that I could not for some reason add multiple fora, and so the workaround I used is I used one discussion forum and had made 5 posts and slightly altered so that the students would need to answer each post. So I'm having then of course 5 tools, then that means 5 posts, and in order to receive a grade the student would have to answer 5 of those 4 posts with their inputs and also answer students post. So let's look at how I did it, and this workaround I hope is all right. If we go to the settings tool, make sure edit mode is on, and going to edit settings, you can see that I have named it 5 AI tools and given some overview on this, and the most important thing is I think the grading. uh, we have made it that a person rating rather should have at least 50 to pass, and I have used the point type, and I have tagged this to the should receive a rating of any grade, and should have to do this should also have the condition of 10 discussions. So 10 discussions means 5 inputs of their own and 5 replies to others. So this is this part. Let's go into the course, and so I have let's go from the bottom to the top, I guess. And the first one is the use of character.ai, and so here I have made my character. I think I'll be able to show it to you here. And this is a midwife who is going to have a chat about how they can become better midwives. And so this is basically, when we use character.ai, we have to give a description and a background, and I have created a background of a senior midwife, and this is sort of a type of a senior tutor to student relationship. uh, I could say I may need of your advice to become a better midwife, and then I have already can see I've put some quotes, and then of course, because based on the data that I have put, I'm expecting an answer, but I've still not got one. You can see one answer that I did before that. I have asked what are my duties as a midwife. It has given me an answer. So let's carry on. The next one is the use of the 11 labs activity, and if I click this, I have created again an audio activity where the student would need to learn about the pledge, about
The
this is
Midwife's
based on
Pledge.
actual pledge.
I solemnly pledge that I will do my best seeking God's help and asking for His grace. To keep my body healthy, strong, and pure, that the task of a midwife I must carry for sure. To keep my mind alert and full awake.
So actually what has been sorry, I'll get back to the actual forum. Yeah. So what we expect here is that the student would go through this oath and then try to reflect on what touched them, and so therefore try to ignite the feeling of responsibility and of course mindfulness. So that's the next task that I did using 11 labs, and this one is uh, with Mizao, and again it's quite interesting. I mean, um, it's about mindfulness. So let's just call myself, if we start this session, it will take a bit of time to start. And here I have fed the in Mizao I have fed the data about how what are the roles of a midwife according to the government circular. So here I am focusing mostly on empathy and mindfulness. So I would say here empathy is what is needed to understand difficulty of a pregnant mother and mine would help her navigating. So let's see what it says here. But this quiz bot, based on the inputs I have given, I have given the background. You have to give the background, and in the premium version you could actually give actual knowledge, PDFs and text files which could enhance the knowledge. I was only able to give the learning objectives as the basic version of Mizao. So based on what I had done here, so therefore you can see that it's using the data that I have given and using its AI bot and giving more interactions. So I'm expecting in all of these activities the student should actually connect by giving screenshots and then of course reflect. So let's go back. So we've done that as well. Now this is the example of Notebook LM. Here of course I really don't have an example. I have given an article about stress of midwifery in the United Kingdom, and I think that's a very good task. They would go to a Notebook LM and then create a summary, and again of course a short reflection on so they learn from that activity, of course implicitly, that they can use Notebook LM to summarize documents and get the summaries and therefore get the gist of things, which is very important for the research component of a midwife. So I'm sorry I don't have an example to show here. And finally, RiffBot AI. Again, RiffBot of course has the issue of that it being a premium version, but of course I have worked around it by telling them to use the other 4 reflections in the other task and input it into RiffBot. Now if I go here to the RiffBot has a learner test version, so I am telling the students to add their I could say I need to know how to be mindful as a midwife. Empathetic. Okay, I'm just giving just an example. So even something a simple sentence like this, even as we know, it would trigger a good conversation. So you would be able to do 10 replies in this free version. So this is how I have integrated these 5 tools into my learning session, and really the overall session is only to get midwifery students to learn these AI tools as a nice to know type of curriculum coverage. Thank you.